If you're a busy dad, waking up stiff, tight, and beat up sometimes, potentially from training hard, then this is what you need. The 5 a.m. squat this morning. The 5 a.m. Squat Club is a follow-along morning routine where busy dads get up early to prioritize their fitness and their lives. This morning, we've got a 28-minute mobility routine that's going to leave you feeling limber, feeling like you can move your body, and then attack the week worth of training to improve your fitness. Step 1 on the program, however, we're going to prime our minds before we move our bodies this morning. Let's get after it. All right, so step 1 on the 5 a.m. Squat Club full morning routine is a squat. So feet go underneath the hips, heels go down on the floor, and if you feel like you're gonna fall over backwards, you can grab onto something out in front like a dog or a weight and just hold it out in front of you. What we're gonna do here is set our intention for the day so that we're not just chasing default stimuli like everybody else. So we're gonna do a breathing exercise here. It's a 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, 4-second hold again while we go through what we call our mental reps. So first one is I am responsible, and it just means that I'm going to take accountability for my life, right? If it's not going the way that I want, I'm going to take responsibility. If I'm going to get somewhere, I'm going to have to do it. Nobody's going to come and save me or do it for me. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. The way I view the world is the world that I live in. So if I'm looking at it as negative or bad or reactive, right? If stimulus comes at me and I'm freaking out, that's my choice. So if I can take a moment between that stimulus, be it, the dog barking or the kids screaming, and take a breath and give a better reaction or a better response, then life is easier, life is better. Next is I have all I need to succeed today. We'll focus on progress over perfection. If you've got a goal, the only way to get there is through small progress all the time, consistently. Not through one big explosion of momentum and excitement. It's gonna be through small steps. So if I just focus on that step, I'll recognize that I have the tools required to take it. And if I take that step, that'll build the tools necessary for the next step, and so on and so forth. And that's the way that I'll achieve those goals over time. And then the last one is I choose gratitude. I am all about improving, right? Making progress, getting better. But at the same time, I don't just want to see the things that need work, because if I only see the things that are broken, it seems pretty negative. But if I can focus on seeing the positives, the things that are making progress, or the things that are already good, or the things that subjectively I like, then I will see more of that and stay more positive in that process. All right, mindset prime. Time to start moving the body here this morning. Let's go for it. So first step on our 5 a.m. Squat Club morning routine is to get up. 5:06 a.m. We've gotten up out of bed. It is now time to get off the floor. So we start up the session with lay down on the ground, all the way, get back up, all the way. Hop and clap to celebrate the fact that you're still able to do so at the top. Lather, rinse, repeat. And we're just gonna go 2 minutes here. Just lightly turning on the body. Not that we need a full-on warm-up for today, since we've got our active recovery session. We're not trying to get crazy intense. We're just trying to limber up the body. Then we don't need to go too in-depth into the warm-up, but I still want to move before I try to get into some of those positions. Therefore, 2 minutes here, nice and steady. You can increase the pace as you go if you'd like. Just starting up the engine here, lubricating the joints a little bit. And if you want, team, if you're in the chat or the comments on the replay, think about what your routine looks like. What time did you get to bed last night? And then you could say, how easy was it to get up this morning? If you've been doing this for a little bit, is it getting easier? If this is your first time, how did you find it? Getting up nice and early. If you're not getting to bed at a reasonable time, it becomes more and more challenging to get up early because you become in a sleep deprivation state, right? It starts to add up. And if you're not getting enough sleep, you'll start to notice things deteriorate. Your capacity for exercise, just your overall energy, and then your mental capacity eventually. So, I got to bed just before 9 o'clock, as I do most nights. Didn't even get up to pee. And this is day 347 in a row of doing so. All right. What we're gonna do here now, grab a sip of water. We're gonna brief the workout. Today's workout is not meant to be crazy intense. It's meant to just move the body so that we can feel better for the rest of the week. So we're gonna go over these 7 movements that we have today, and we're gonna go 4 rounds, 1 minute per movement, 28 minutes total. So I'm just gonna go over these movements with you, but what we'll probably do is just talk about them as we go. So the first one, and these will all be 1 minute as I was saying, it's just gonna be our Paleo Squat. So feet underneath the hips, come on down into a passive squat, and you can just stay there. If that's hard, hold the counterbalance. And if you wanna make more out of it, you could come to active and then passive. Active and then passive. You could even go into single leg. We can mess around as we go. Number 2 is gonna be a prone angel. So this is a shoulder movement. You're gonna start down on the floor, face down, arms overhead, and we're coming back behind the body, making basically a snow angel, but face down, keeping the arms as high off the ground the whole time as you can. Number 3 is gonna be our Cossack Squat. So coming into that wide stance, working over into a single leg squat, alternating sides, keeping that heel down. But I'll talk about it more kind of as we're going as well. From there, plank to pike. You're just gonna come into a nice plank position, and then we're gonna work ourselves back into a pike or downward dog, where you can open up the shoulders and the hamstrings, and we'll just alternate those positions. From there, we're gonna go crab. And you can mess around with literally just hanging out in this position. You can also make it a shoulder extension or bicep stretch where we rock forwards and backwards. We can bring it to tabletop. A number of options there. Second last one, 90-90. I like to make this one active. So you're gonna sit tall with the feet on the floor, knees at 90. Let the knees drop down as far as you can towards the floor. That's feeling a little tight. Trying to keep the hips down. And then alternating the scale for this would be doing it with your hands on the ground behind you. And the last one is gonna be some version of our lunge and dropping the chest or twisting, all of the above. And then we're gonna go through that 4 times. So I think we'll probably be pretty sweaty by the end of this. And should be good, should be feeling great by the end. Ready to hit it hard tomorrow. I missed anybody here this morning. Good morning, Ryan, Terry, equipment, Jody. Thought I missed you there. Good morning, good morning. So the large font question draws the reader in. It only, what? I think I missed something maybe. Is that large? All right, let's do our quick little intro here, and then we'll do it. Look, I'm not even upside down on that one. 90-90. Well, there's 2 options there, Jody. I'll talk about the options for the 90-90 as we go with hands on the floor and whatnot. All right. If you're feeling stiff and beat up and want to loosen up so you're ready to play with your kids and fix your tight body, this is the session for you. We got 28 minutes, 7 movements, 4 rounds. I'll walk you through them as we go. Let's get after it. 7 movements today, real quick. Paleo Squat, prone angels, Cossack Squat, plank to pike, crab, 90-90, lunge and twist. I'm gonna walk you through them. We'll have 4 rounds of it so you can familiarize yourself as we go. Get better and better, try out different options. Let's do this. Cut. Tunes. So we got 7 minutes on the clock, 4 rounds, 10 seconds. Starts with a Paleo Squat. So set your feet underneath your hips. Come on down into a squat. So while we're here, you're thinking about keeping the heels on the floor, even weight distribution through the foot, and really main thing is maintaining this arch. So I don't want to have the knees coming in and the feet rolling in. You can check your arches. Is there a little gap underneath? And this is step one. I'm gonna give some options as we go through here that you can make this more challenging, but this is a great option just to start opening up the hips. We're gonna be here for another 30 seconds. If you find this really challenging, grab something, a weight or a water bottle, whatever, hold it out in front, and it'll keep you from falling backwards. If the hips and ankles are pretty tight, you may feel like you're gonna fall backwards. So spend some time in this position. If you're not doing this on a regular basis, I'd say this is an essential position for human movement, so give her a go. All right, next one is our prone angel. So you're gonna lay down on your front here, and then we're keeping the hands off the ground, starting straight overhead, nice straight arms coming around like a snow angel. 2 behind us, keeping the hands away from the body, and then back around in front. And you're just gonna get some rotations there, keeping the arms as high off the ground as you can the whole time, trying not to hit the wall. Another 30 seconds. We've got our Cossack squats next. Try to keep moving more or less for the whole minute on each one of these. Keep the head down if you want. Another 15 seconds. This is a great one for our posture and our shoulder range of motion. 10. Transition to your Cossack squat. So you're gonna get into a nice wide stance on this one. And we're shifting. Squat on one side, trying to keep that full foot flat, heel down. And then just shifting side to side here, trying to get into a full squat, hip below the knee. If you feel like you're gonna fall over, same thing, you could grab some sort of counterbalance, hold it out in front. Trying to get into a full squat on that bent knee side. Your heel can stay on the ground, but if you want, the toes can come off on the other leg. 30 seconds. We've got plank to pike next. Trying to ease into deeper positions each time. Got some tension in that hamstring. 10 seconds. All right, next one, plank to pike, or plank to down dog if you want. Start yourself in the top of your push-up position or your plank, and then you're gonna walk the hips up, pressing into the floor. You can pedal the feet out if you want. You can bend the knees and drop the chest. You can get a chest stretch or shoulder stretch here, or a hamstring stretch as you straighten out the knees. Then you can shift back to the plank, squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs, squeeze the legs, come to a nice tight position, and then press the hips back up. And you can walk them out. Bend the knees. Whoa. Get a good thoracic stretch there, 20 seconds. Next is crab. Keep working for those positions. 5, 3, we're going to crab, 2, 1. So we're face up on the hands and feet. You can just hang out here. You could even walk around, which is a great opener for the wrists. You can mess around with different wrist positions, right? Pointing them forwards, backwards, sideways. What you can also do is lengthen the stride a little bit, or the stance, and then work on opening up the shoulders by sliding the hips forwards and back. And get some shoulder extension, stretching out the bicep a little bit. 30 seconds. Lengthen that out. make it even further. Whoa. Drop the hips there. If you want, you could work the hips up into more of a tabletop position. Alright, we're going 90-90s in 3, 2, 1. Sitting up nice and tall. If you want, you can go hands on the floor behind you. Otherwise, trying to get knees to the ground. Knees to the ground. I don't know if I'm supposed to try to keep my hip on the floor. If so, I don't get very far. It's the same thing. If you need, hands on the ground behind you and just letting those hips turn. Ooh, that's tight. 30 seconds. And then we're going to our lunge and twist. Moving forwards while I do this. Alright, last one. It's our lunge and twist. So start yourself in a plank, step out in front so the foot is outside the hands. And I think this round all I'm going to do is drop the chest, lift, and drop, and then switch legs. We'll do 2 per side. Drop the chest, lift back up. Drop the chest, lift and switch. And keep it relatively active here. I don't want to just be super mobile. Sorry, flexible. I want mobility. I want control in those positions. So I don't want to just passive stretch. 2 per side. This will be the end of our first round. We'll be back to our Paleo Squat in 10. Alright, 2, 1, back into it. So you're just passively squatting here, nice and relaxed. If you want to up this, you can turn it into a duck walk, where you walk around staying down in that squat. You go forwards or backwards. What you could do is turn it into active squat and passive. Active squat and passive, just working into a neutral spine and relaxed. Pull the chest up, fight for the hips open, drop it back down. It's like our music stopped working here. Give me a moment. There we go. And then I'll give another couple options on the next few rounds. It'll be even harder. But for now, active, passive. Active, pulling the chest up, passive. All right, we're moving back to our prone angel. So laying back down on the floor, arms overhead, by your sides and then behind you. Keep the arms as high off the ground as you can the whole time. Keep them straight, except for when you come behind you. It shouldn't necessarily be easy, should be a lot of work. Keeping those arms off the ground as high as you can. And rotating, 30 seconds. Ooh. 15. Yeah, popping and cracking is normal. Ideally, by the 3rd and 4th round, we have less and less. 5. We're going to our Cossack Squats. 3, 2, 1. Nice wide stance. Sitting or down. Once again, if this is real challenging, hold the weight out in front, and you may just not get full range of motion. You might just get, something that looks like this. Ideally, the hip comes below the knee, heel stays on the ground on that squatting leg. 30 seconds. Ideally, each round of these Feels a little bit looser, a little bit better. Make sure that knee is pointing in line with your foot. 10 seconds. And we're onto our plank to pike. 3, 2, 1. Starting your push-up position. Nice active push-up, abs tight, butt squeeze, leg squeeze. And then the hips go up. You can work your heels down towards the floor. Push your chest in towards your legs. All right, try to take your head towards your knees. And if you want more shoulder stretch, drop the knees a little bit. Drop the chest. Come back to the plank. Keep her nice and tight and squeezed. And then back. Push those hips back and up. Feel those hamstrings and calves. 10 seconds. And then we're going on back to crab. 3, 2, 1. Back to crab. So once again, you can just hang out here. You could walk around in this position or drive the hips up. I might hang out here on this one. Once again, you can keep doing the shoulder extension one where you rock forwards, opening up the shoulder extension and biceps. 30 seconds. $15 seconds. Do some shifting. Mess around with different wrist positions. 10 seconds, and we're going 90-90. 3, 2, 1. So sitting on your butt, feet on the ground, knees at 90. Drop those knees down. Switch. Once again, you can do this one with the hands out in front, or like I'm doing right now, the hands in behind. Might be a little tight in the hips there, that's okay. Kind of the idea. Make sure if you appreciate this, team, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. We're here every day doing this. 10 seconds. Not specifically this though. This is once a week we do mobility. Alright, last one of this round, back into our lunge and twist. So start back in that plank position, take one foot outside the hands. And we're gonna twist this one. So what you're gonna do is grab that knee and press on it as you twist your chest towards that leg. Hold for a few big deep breaths, hands back down, and then we'll switch. So same thing, bending towards that bent knee, holding onto the knee. Couple deep breaths as you twist towards it. Get one more per side there. And then we've got 2 more rounds. This will be halfway. 10 seconds. Going back to our Paleo Squat. 3rd round. 3, 2, 1. All right, back to feet underneath the hips, heels on the ground, knees in line with the feet, maintaining our arch in our feet. And if you need to hold on to something, grab your dog or a weight. All right, so this being round 3, let's talk about a harder option if you want. What you're gonna think is foot out in front, foot back in. Foot out back and out in front, foot back in. Foot out in front, foot back in, establishing that Paleo Squat in between each one. Just working that flexibility, and pistol balance. Next one is our prone angel at 10. So we'll be back on our front, opening up the shoulders again. In case you get tight. 3, 2, 1. Maple go. So, arms overhead, bringing them down beside you and behind, keeping your hands off the ground as high as you can. Starting to get a little sweaty here. Not bad for mobility day. Another 30 seconds. Hey, dog. 15. And we're back to our Cossack squats next. Right. 5, 2, 1. Back up for the Cossack squat. Once again, wide stance. Shift over, squat it down. Once again, if this is extra challenging, hold out something in front, like a counterbalance. It'll keep you from falling backwards, allow you to get a little more range of motion. Another 20 seconds here, and then we're on to our plank to pike. Don't neglect this kind of stuff. This is what allows us to train hard. All right, 3, plank to pike, 2, 1. So back to that plank position, squeezing the butt, abs and legs, and then send the hips up and back. Push those heels down towards the floor. You can alternate them. You can bend the knees, drop the chest. Maple. You can even move a little quicker between them. Just making sure we're squeezing the butt and the abs as we come through the plank, neutralizing that pelvis. 30 seconds. That starts to burn the shoulders a little bit too. I just think heels down, heels up. 15, heels down, heels up. Next is crab in under 10. 3, 2, 1, we're back in crab. Maple, you're not helping. I think we're gonna wander around a little bit on this one. Mess around with single leg tabletops. It's actually really hard. Trying to keep the hips level is not that easy. "20 seconds. Now we're going 90-90s. If you haven't tried this one, definitely do this one next round. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, back to 90. So you can sit this, you can do this one once again, arms out in front, like so. Or if that's not accessible, put your hands on the floor behind you. For some reason I travel forward while I do these. Maple, no. I know, you're cute though, eh? 30 seconds. Then we're going our lunge and twist, and that'll be the last one of this round. Last one of the third round. One more round after that. Hi, dog. I wouldn't say that you're improving my mobility here, dog. Stop. Off. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're back to our lunge and twist. So back to that plank position. Step out with one foot. And we're gonna go elbow to the floor, hand to the ceiling. We'll get 5 per side, or 30 seconds per side. Make it up. It's 30. This dog is getting pretty licky. Elbow to the floor. Hand to the ceiling. Maybe stop. Elbow to the floor. And 10 seconds. All right, last round. Paleo squat. 3, 2, 1. Maple. You're on my mat. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the alternating leg, but feel free to just stay there. Just hold that paleo squat. Hold the weight in front if you need. Maple, no. Maple, go. Go away. Make sure you're taking videos. I'd love to see these guys. Tag us on Instagram. 30 seconds. Oh, almost lost it. And it's much easier going to one side than the other here. Wow. Wow. 10 seconds. Good. Going back to our prone angels. 2, 1. Go ahead. So laying down, face down, keeping the arms straight. Maple, go. Keeping them as high off the ground as you can as you make your snow angels. Or sweat angels, or whatever it is at this point. Maple, pull away. "30 seconds. "15. Cossack. All right. Back to our Cossack squats. And go ahead. Whew. So once again, you can hold a weight out in front if this is challenging. Otherwise, just alternating side to side, sinking down into that squat. Keeping the heel planted, knee in line with the foot. 30 seconds. 15. 10. And we're going plank to pike in 3, 2, 1. So back in that plank position. Shove the hips up and back. Back to plank. Even lift the feet off the ground, alternating. It's kind of a neat one. Lots of hip flexor. Back and forth through the plank. And that pike position or down dog. You bend the knees, bring the chest towards the legs. sure we're nice and tight in the plank. Abs, butt, and legs squeezed, pressing hard into the floor. And then alternate. Reach it back through. Get your head and chest through as far as you can through the arms. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're back to crab. We're almost done this thing, team. 3 more minutes. So once again, you can walk around in your crab. You could just stay still. Do some rotations. You can always try the straight leg out in your tabletop, which is pretty challenging. Do some side to side walks. Grab, grab, grab. Click, 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 click. Chris, good morning. 20 seconds. 15. 90s are next. Oh no, gotta skip one. Did I skip something? Nope. Okay, 90s. Forget it. Do it. My brain tripped out there. Oh, come on, hip. Oh, yeah. Once again, do these with your hands on the floor if you need. Oh. Right, 15 seconds, then we've got our last lunge and twist, team. We're almost there. You're gonna notice by the end of this, your body feels fantastic. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into that lunge. Or in plank, sorry. Step out in front. I don't know where I'm going here. And you can choose any of the ones that we've done so far. I think I'm just gonna drop the chest as low as I can. Lift that back knee off the ground. Bring the chest down. And then alternate. Exhale into that hip. Try to get a little lower, everyone. Tight hammies. Good. Woo. Exhale, bring you down. 10 seconds, team. And there you go. Look at that, easy day. Fantastic. So look at that, team. 28 minutes. You know, potentially one of our longer active recovery or mobility days, but if you do that, something like that once a week, you're gonna feel great to be able to hit your intensity for the rest of the week. Lather, rinse, repeat, 1 time per week. Loosen it up, and you can always add in a second session if you're feeling extra stiff. Throw in another mobility session. But if you like this, just make sure you hit that thumbs up button and join us again, because we do a different workout every single day. Peace. Okay, team, let's hear about it. I want to hear about all your cracks and pops and crunches and all you got here. So next, let's cool her down, but tell me about how that felt. We don't need a whole bunch of cool down here, obviously, since that's kind of what that was. So let's do this. Excuse me. Let's go to a, I think I've called it square in the past, but sitting cross-legged, cross one leg, cross the other leg on top. Wiggle your butt out of the way. Maybe give me a who's got a dog irritating them emoji. All right, so we're just gonna sit there, chest up tall. I feel like that camera's too zoomed in, but oh well. Let's hear about it. Maple, I saw a reel where the dog was placed in a harness The owner started doing lat pull downs with their dog as the weight stack. That's pretty funny. How did the dog like it? Equipment. Man, I just can't get my heels on the floor. I need to work there. Chris, is that for the Paleo Squat or for the Cossack? Which one? Both will benefit from holding a weight out in front. You'll find that much easier, I think. Equipment like bubble wrap, all depleted of pop. That's the goal, right? We want to that's it. I think that should be the title someday of the mobility day, that take the pop out of your bubble wrap. Because ideally, you know, we're by the time we're done here, there's less clicking and popping and crunching and cracking. It's definitely at least what I feel. Awesome, 7 out of 10, up from a 3. 3, jeez. Jody, I traveled forward on the 90s too, but was able to do them then. Sweet. Crisscross applesauce, you got it. All right, so this is, I mean, I don't need to get into it too much today, but if you don't take care of your body, it's not going to take care of you, right? If you just beat yourself up hard and you pound on yourself every day, I mean, eventually that's not going to be sustainable. That camera seems too zoomed in, doesn't it? So, that being said, just because it is Mobility Day or Active Recovery Day, we don't skip our homework, right? The point of the system is that we never miss, right? And with never missing, it's easy to build a habit of consistently working on your homework. And if you don't know what your homework is, if you're brand new here, that's the hour of work, or it's the dedicated action that you take towards your goals. So every day we make sure that we move and we get up and we maintain this habit of consistency so that we can, number one, improve our fitness, but also move towards the lives that we've always wanted. So take an hour, stack it up every day, and you'll notice that progresses to whatever goal that you're trying to achieve over time. So do your homework. Let's switch legs. We'll see a couple clips here from the farm from yesterday, and then you guys can attack your day. So if you are unfamiliar, I became a livestock farmer about 4 years ago because we wanted to have real food. We didn't want to depend on the system for, you know, animals that are raised in shitty environments and are, you know, created growing monocrop farming and ruining the planet. So we raise all of our own protein here, which we've been doing for a few years. So I'm just showing a couple clips of the farm. It was this is a little trail at the back of our place. You can see it's pretty swampy right now because it's spring. Spring is happening, and it gets very wet here in the spring because it's pretty flat. And then next, the in-laws are in town right now. Chelsea's parents are here, so I basically got to escape and do some work. So this is a little bit of wire work that I was doing. I've got a little time lapse of it afterwards, but this is one of my main spring tasks, is bending wire. Basically here I'm attaching strainers between two wires, and these are ratchet strainers basically that tightens up that wire. But if you've never worked with 12 gauge wire before, like that is hand strength and finger strength and toughness that like I'd never experienced before I started working with this stuff. The guys that do this are no joke. All right, and then the last one is the time lapse. Here's me moving a little bit faster, getting those wires done. So one strainer. Look at me go. If only I worked that fast in real life, right? Imagine that. Oh, there are two on there now. We're getting them. You can see there's still a little bit of snow there, but it is warming up. We're getting it. But that was my yesterday. Got some good work done, made some good progress. The fence is really coming along. So extremely happy about that. We did have a set of lambs born yesterday morning. One of them did not make it, and I think realistically what we learned here is that mom should have been removed last year. She should have been culled. She's a funny looking one, to be honest, and then she didn't do a great job mothering last year, and then she had extremely weak lambs yesterday. And not only that, but she was basically letting another sheep lick them. So we had to separate her and her lambs out so that they weren't well, so that the other mom didn't adopt them, and then she'd have her babies, and then there'd be a whole cluster. So I think we've got one more. I'm assuming that one probably made it through the night. She's extremely weak, so realistically, those two will end up getting culled. They'll end up going to freezer camp once that lamb's a little bit bigger, but they won't be breeding again next year. So currently we're up to 9 lambs. I'm assuming there'll probably be some more today, so I'll have updates for you for tomorrow. But that is that, team. You guys have been fantastic. And realistically, like, this is generally one of the slow days of the week. You should definitely give yourself credit, right? Give yourself a pat on the back, because this is skippable. It's not exciting, right? That was not as beat yourself up as what we do for the rest of the week, but that's the type of thing that will leave you feeling better and allow you to keep it up. So give yourself credit for not skipping it, and for being here every day, because that's how fitness is achieved and how goals are achieved. So you guys have been fantastic. We'll do our quick top fans shout out: Chris, the Tan Man, Ryan, Jody, Mr. Terry, and for some reason equipment never shows up on that list, even though you are crazy active in the chat. I don't understand. You guys are awesome. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Make sure you've hit that thumbs up button, and I love you. We've got a hard one coming tomorrow. So we'll see you then, and enjoy your Sunday. Peace.